Hello, viewers, Kinglers, and Tibetians all alike around the world. I once again welcome you to this my live broadcast, and this is the voice of the TBC Royal Ambassador live from Nigeria. The name still remains Olakune Johnson, the engineer. Sorry for not being able to broadcast for a few times now because of work exigencies as an engineer, travel far and wide. I thank God today, back in town, I will be broadcasting live on the topic caption Admin wants to have 20-cent button meeting host by the end of 2018. The admin intends to have a 20-cent button meeting host by the end of this year, 2018. This is to further broaden our scope of coverage, our range of coverage all across the nations of the earth. This is to enable many to be aware of the TBC. And this is further to stress the fact that it is the mind of admin to make sure that the whole world is rescued out of poverty. Hence, this portends an opportunity for as many that will rise up to the task, to take up the challenge, to be a TBC Send Button meeting host. This is a great opportunity that every one of us that may have that grace or that potentials to be able to be a TBC Send Button meeting host in various languages as outlined by the admin. Like I said earlier, these were for the people, many more people, to be able to listen to the meeting in their own languages, in their own various languages. This will give a wider range of coverage for the TBC community. As we all know, it is the mission of admin via this TBC, that is the billion coin, to rescue the world from poverty, from the oppression of the elite, to enrich everyone, to empower the people financially. It is obvious today that even our governments cannot satisfy us, cannot satisfy everyone living in each of the country. And that is why you have all this unrest, fights, and so on and so forth going on. You travel across the roads in some of the nations of Africa, about 90% of those nations put together have most of their roads in a very bad shape. That if you travel 6 hours on such road, you get back, you will need medication to be able to sleep because of the nature of the road. Very bad. And when you come back also, you go on your private car, you will need to visit your mechanic for proper alignment of your tires and also servicing of the car, tying some loose knots. And that is why the admin deemed it fit to make many more people aware of this billion coin, which is the money for the future, aimed at rescuing the nations of the world from poverty. This is a wake-up call for as many that will take up the challenge to help the people in their community, the people in their nations, to be able to listen to this sent button meeting in their own mother tongue, in their own languages, so that they can have a better understanding and come on board. So permit me, without wasting much of our time, to share my screen so that we can have an idea of what admin is talking about. Okay, admin wants to have 20 same button meeting hosts by the end of 2018. This article was written by admin on the 25th of October 2018, about 5 or 6 days ago. Okay, the following languages will be hosted send button meetings by the end of the year. So admin is looking for people that are very versed in this. So before the end of this year, you can make yourself available if you are versed in the following languages. Arabic, we need someone on that. So by the end of this year, someone must have filled this post and broadcasting live in Arabic. This is to be able to reach all of the people in the Asian countries in Arabic. And then those that understand Arabic will definitely be listening to this send button meeting in Arabic language. Next is Bangla Bengali. Bangla Bengali is another language where a TBC send button meeting will be hosted by someone. Also, the Cambodian language. And next is Chinese for our China brothers and sisters. They need to listen to this send button meeting in their own language. Also, the coverage will be that of also English, French, German, Greek, Hindi, Irish, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Tagalog, Thai, and Vietnamese. So these are the 20 languages that admin is looking up to be having the broadcast. Okay. And move further from there. Admin calls out to the members that speak the above languages listed on the poster above to consider the highly profitable position of being a send button meeting host. Like I said before, this is a wake-up call. Admin is giving that opportunity for as many that will be willing now to take up the challenge of broadcasting live, hosting the TBC send button meeting in the aforementioned languages. If you want to hear it again, you can go to the blog and then check out. It is a highly profitable position. As we all know, the admin is that magnanimous. Anytime you do one activity or the other, or one assignment or the other, as laid out by the admin, you are rewarded. Now, admin has said it that it is a highly profitable position. Therefore, there is profit in hosting the same button meeting. So as you are helping others, you are also helping yourself. So I like to encourage everyone that can actually fit in those languages to please avail themselves of this wonderful opportunity. These 20 languages comprise the mass majority of people on earth, and would like our message to reach all of them. We are also open to any other language not listed as well. But these are the main targets. What are we talking about? These 20 languages listed above has encompassed the mass majority of people living here on earth. And therefore, it is good that we reach them with the message of the billion coin, which aimed at rescuing many from poverty. Sad to note that many people are dying today because of poverty. 80% of people that are dying today died because of poverty. Many could not access health facilities because of money. When the disease or whatsoever they're passing through can still be cured. But when the thing has degenerated, that they are rushed to the hospital, getting there, they may not be able to shoulder all the hospital bills that may be required, that may be given to them, and then they give us up the ghost. But if we're able to reach them on time with the message of the billion coin, there are hospitals, clinics today that render healthcare services on 100% TBC. By that would have saved them. Sadly, today we were just informed that someone was rushed to the hospital. Why? He was owing. And his debtor or his creditor instituted a case against him in the court of law. The next thing he thought of was to go and drink rat poison. Probably he did that thinking that he would be rescued before the effect would have been much on him. But he was not noticed until when it was much late. He was rushed to the teaching hospital here in Jos in Nigeria, and there he gave up the ghost and died. That was it. Why? Because of poverty. Therefore, if we're able to reach people in the various languages that they understood very well, then they will join the community, and with that, would have rescued them from poverty level. Therefore, the admin is also making it open, considering all these facts, making it open to any other languages or any other language not listed above. But as we have heard before, these are the main targets. The hosts have the highest profile within TBC community. And this makes partnering with this host very attractive. Hosting these is definitely a step above doing broadcast. Raising your visibility is a good thing because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So one of the or some of the opportunities it portends to be a TBC same button meeting host is that you become much more visible to begin to know you, and hence they would like to do business with you, since we all like to do business with the people we know, with the people we like, and with the people we trust. So being a broadcaster is not as good as being a send button meeting host. To become a host, what does that require? It requires a few things. First of all, you will need to be very bilingual in both English and your native tongue. That's number one. That is, if you must be a send button meeting host, you need to be bilingual. You should be able to speak English and that very the English send button meeting is on Mondays, and the hosts of all other languages need to duplicate what is shared on this Monday meeting on their respective Tuesday meetings. So what are we talking about? You need to be bilingual, and being a bilinguist, one must be English, the other must be your native language, the native tongue you want to broadcast with. And therefore, all the other languages will host their own same meeting on Tuesdays, while the English same meeting hosts on Monday. Therefore, every of or each of those hosts will have to be part of the Monday English same meeting in order for them to duplicate exactly what is shared on Monday meetings on their respective Tuesday meetings. So, a member that can't fully comprehend what is being said in this English meeting is not qualified to share information as a host in another language. A member that can't fully comprehend what is being said in this English meeting is not qualified to share information as a host in another language. What are we talking about? For you to be able to say or to teach the people or to relate the mind of the admin to others in another language, you need to fully have an understanding of what is said in English on Monday. And therefore, Tuesday, you can go back and host the TBC same button meeting in your native language to your people. We must become one unified body of members worldwide and duplicate our message in all the other languages. So the aim is to become one. The aim is to see ourselves as a family and be able to relate to others or to relate to others what we had in the English same-button meeting to others. Not just relating it to others, but in our own language, in the language that they understand very well. Second requirement, a host should be at least a student of cash flow coaching, has a track record of consistent cash flow following our fast start system. For you to be qualified to be a host of the same-button meeting, you need to be a student of cash flow. Not only that, you must possess a track record of consistent cash flow following our fast start system. A host should be aware of these numbers as the student shares them in their daily report to their coach. So, I take recommendations from coaches very serious. And if you want to be a host, then make it known to your cash flow coach. So, the second requirement is that you must be a student of cash flow. And also, you must let your coach know about this. And then the admin will take recommendations from coaches and use it, whether to give you the hosting right or not. So if you must be a host, let your cash flow coach know about it. Nobody likes a broke preacher. Nobody wants a broke preacher. They don't like. They want a preacher that is rich, and they believe that they can be enriched by this preacher. And the best leadership comes from leading by example. The best leadership is what? Leading by example. So if you must host the meeting, then you must show a good example to others. So it is a fact. It is a fact. People show more respect towards those that are financially successful. That is just how it is. And I have come to terms with that. Have you? People will definitely show respect for people who are financially successful. And that is it. There's no two way about it. You're financially successful, others will respect you, they will believe you, they want to follow all your recommendations. And of course, I also have come to terms with that. I don't know of you, but that I think is the fact. Finally, host candidates should be willing and able to do their same-button meetings on Tuesdays at 7 a.m. Pacific time. So you can convert that one now to the time in your region. If you want to be a host, then you must be willing to host your same-button meetings on Tuesdays at 7 a.m. Pacific time. We are being very consistent in this timing to train the whole community to know that it is the time we do this. And this will reduce confusion. Reduce confusion. We want to unify the whole community and expand out into the world without confusing anyone about what we are doing. We have a vision, a mission, a purpose, and a plan, and the means to make it happen. The admin is actually stressing here that we are being very consistent in this timing to train the whole community to know that it is the time we do this, and this will reduce confusion. So we want to unify the whole community and expand out into the world without confusing anyone about what we are doing. We have a vision, mission, purpose, and plan, and this and the mean to make it happen. I look forward to host candidates stepping forward for my personal approval. This is from the admin. So if you are interested, admin is steadfastly waiting for you. Just place a consent across to the admin, and then your journey to solve change. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you today for actually being part of this live broadcast. I want to believe we have gained one or two things today. And I believe that as many that can host the send button meeting in those languages listed in that article will begin to warm up now. And most, as we have heard, they must be bilingual. They should be able to speak English and their mother tongue to attend the send button meetings of Monday, to be able to go back and replicate or duplicate exactly what they had on Monday. And last but not least, they must be a cash flow students. And by doing this, we'll be very close to bringing 1 billion people on board. Thanks for listening and thanks for being there. And this is the voice of the TBC Royal Ambassador. I'd like to say, I love you. Thanks.